you work your ass off, have good discipline, and you commit to your craft, especially in sales, tech sales, you can have a life others can only dream of. What's up? It's Ian Koniak, and today we are going to talk about money and why money is a huge motivator in sales and why it should be. There's a lot of people who say money can't buy happiness, and that's very true, or shouldn't pursue money for money's sake, and that's very true. But I want to tell you why money actually creates freedom and it creates a lot of opportunity, and the way you can think about money that will serve you very, very well in sales. And I'm going to give you just a couple quick examples from my own life to illustrate the point. Last week, I took my kids to Disneyland. Unfortunately, I didn't plan it very well, and I tried to buy a ticket 2 days before, and the date that I chose was sold out. And we had already got the hotel. We had already, took time off work. So I started looking at other ways I can get a ticket. And I found out they have a 3-day pass for Southern California residents. And so the pass for the 1 day was $600. The pass for the 3-day was $1,500 or $1,400, something like that. And I'm like, I guess we're going 3 days. So the ability to spend an extra $1,000 and not think twice about it was enabled because I don't have to worry about money because I've done well in sales and in my business. And it lets you, number one, get the experiences that can provide for those you love and for yourself. If you like to travel, you can go buy a ticket to Europe, go stay in a nice place. If you're single, you go on your dream vacation, backpacking, whatever you want to do. If you're with your family, take them somewhere amazing. Another example is I just celebrated my 10-year anniversary with Sandy last year. We went to the most amazing hotel ever. We rented a panoramic ocean treehouse, and the look on her face, she was speechless. And to be able to see my wife with that level of joy, excitement, happiness, it was like, it made it so worth it. But I didn't have to hesitate to put $12,000 down to reserve the room for a week. So it was, it was $1,500 a night or something like that. So again, my point is you can have the experiences with those you love. Second reason is you can actually provide the care for yourself and those you love. So my son is on the autism spectrum, and since he was a year old, he's been in therapy, occupational therapy. He's been in behavioral therapy. We had all kinds of help for him, speech therapy, and now he's 7 years old. And he is so well acclimated now and so well adjusted that they just took him off his IDP, which stands for Individual Education Plan, which is something the schools do for special needs children. And he qualified out because he had so much care. And we didn't have to think twice about providing that level of care. He's going to golf lessons and junior PGA. He starts in a couple weeks. And being able to provide him with those things to get the care he needs is really, again, a tremendous, for me, honor and privilege to be able to do that for my family. So that's the second area. Another example is my wife just yesterday came to me and she said, Ian, I have to get multiple deep cleanings per year, but the insurance only covers 2, but I have gum problems and I need to do at least 3 and the insurance doesn't cover them. I'm like, that's fine. Do what you got to do. So being able to get care that insurance doesn't cover, we're still doing it with my son. The insurance doesn't cover his care, but luckily we have the savings. So that's another form of caring for those you love and not having to think or worry about giving people the care and support they need. That's enabled by money. If you have a family, being able to provide for your family in that capacity without the stress and worry is key. Another key area is just the experiences of where you live. Being able to have a home that is like a sanctuary. For me, my home, you can see behind me, it's like a sanctuary for me. I can come back here, go swimming in the pool, have a barbecue, go watch TV back there. Even my office back here is detached. And it really is, you can't really see the bougainvillea behind it, but it is for us a sanctuary. We just bought a house in Lake Arrowhead, and that is a sanctuary to be able to invite people over. We've been there at least every other weekend. We've had our family there 3 times, Sandy's family 4 times. Her sister this weekend is going up there with celebrating her birthday with all of her siblings. There's so many memories we create by having that house. I'm going to be running retreats there for a mastermind. None of that stuff I could do without having money. So for me, it's not about, oh, I need to make this much money and just, store it away for a rainy day. It's about spending the money while I'm living. And then what that does is it gets you wanting to continue the lifestyle. Once you have the lifestyle, you're not going to go back. You're not going to want to change. There's a book, Die with Zero, but it's all about, again, making money so you can spend it on the experiences that you want. And that's the whole point. This is not a video to brag. This is not a video to say, oh, look at me, I'm so great. Not a chance. What I'm telling you is that if you work your ass off, have good discipline, and you commit to your craft, especially in sales, tech sales, you can have a life that others can only dream of, right? Do what others won't do today so you can do what others can't do tomorrow. I'm 44 years old. I get to have this amazing life. And I'm telling you right now, it would not be possible without money. Being able to care for my family, have the experiences I want with them, and have a home of my dreams where I can create memories with friends and family and have a vacation home. All of that is enabled through extreme, consistent hard work. And I haven't arrived. Quite the contrary. I'm just getting started. I have to work my ass off to be able to continue this. And that's kind of what drives me, is like every time I can say, let's go do this and go do that, it's further reinforcement that I'm only able to do that because of what I'm doing right now with consistent hard work. There's all kinds of other examples I can give, but the last example is like outsourcing of things. So getting help is so key to removing stress. Outsourcing is like, we have a nanny came yesterday. My wife had to go to the dentist, like I said, and we had the nanny come early. And she's a full-time mom. So the nanny could just come multiple days a week. And that allows her to have time to herself, to go on walks or to go shopping or just to catch up on things. You know how many moms I've seen that are full-time moms that have no time whatsoever because they're so stressed and they're doing it all the time. They don't have any help. They don't have a nanny. They don't have support. They don't have family around, and they are going crazy. It's really hard. So to be able to, again, to have care so my wife can get her sanity, especially when the kids are super young. My youngest is 3 now, so it's not as extreme, but because he's in preschool. But when it was just him, it made all the difference in the world. So that's another area, is like, again, to have care, whether it's a handyman or whether it's a housekeeper, or whether it's a nanny, just being able to care for things around your house that free up your time to enjoy your life. And then the last thing is just not having to stress or worry about things like the bills or financial situation. It's like, again, I'm not going to get too personal with the details, but one of my immediate family members is struggling financially. And we had someone die in the family, and he didn't have money for a plane ticket. So I got the plane ticket for him and the hotel, and he said he was going to pay me back. He didn't pay me back. And that's fine. I'm done. It's a write-off. It's not a big deal at all. I wouldn't even mention it to him because it's my treat. It's my gift. But like being able to do that and not have to worry and like have a debt or care about it, that's also a benefit. Just being able to provide without any kind of like tit for tat or you have to pay me back. Like for me, that makes a huge difference. And the last thing, again, is like if you get a big bill or if the car, let's say my car had some problems with it. It was leaking coolant. It was like a $4,000 job. They had to repair the whole bottom, put whole new parts in there. And it was like $3,000 or $4,000. And then there was the brakes went out. There's a whole bunch of shit. It was like $7,000 between a few things. And you write a check, you're done. And not have that stress of, oh my God, when am I going to get $7,000? Or this was my vacation money or this or that. Like, if you don't have that kind of money yet, you don't have the things that I'm talking about in terms of like the freedom to write a check for $7,000 and you're working in tech sales, I'm telling you right now, that's your reason for wanting to work your butt off and do better. So you can have what I'm telling you about, and that freedom of not having to worry or stress about money or being able to, pay for things that come up, which they inevitably will. Leak in your house, unexpected, drywall repair. I don't know. There's always something that's coming up. But just to be able to write the check and not think about it, not worry about it, no big deal. That is such freedom. It's such freedom that, again, it drives me every day to want to work harder. So if you're watching this video and if you're in tech sales and you have an OTE of $150 to $300,000 or $350, and you're not making north of $500,000, right? There's a problem. If you're making like $200,000 to $300,000 a year, it might sound great, but you're not living in the way that I'm talking about. Unless you're living in a very rural area and the housing cost is $300,000 or $400,000, you're still going to be stressed about money, and you're going to want to get to a place where you don't have to stress about money. And that's the purpose of sales, is to work so hard that you don't have to worry ever about money. So if you're in sales and you're not money motivated, you got to think about money differently. Think about who you can serve, think about the care you can provide, think about the stress you can alleviate in your life. That's the way you want to be thinking about in connecting your job to money, because money motivation in sales is very, very important, because you have an opportunity to make north of $500,000. So if you're making between $150 and $350K OTE and you want to increase your income to $500,000 to $1 million, watch the video right up here. And I'm going to give you a free training on how to make $500,000 to $1 million. I will talk about the mindset, the habits, and the selling skills you need. Money is an enabler for you to have the life of your dreams and provide for those you love. So watch the video right here, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.